All right, let's just dive right in, shall we? Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling what is arguably the most massive structural shift of our lifetime, AI's rapid, undeniable impact on our livelihoods. We're skipping the basic theory today and going straight for a cinematic overview of what this actually means for your life, your skills, and, yeah, your wallet.
To really set the stage here, I want you to ask yourself a super uncomfortable question. What happens if your access card just stops working tomorrow? We're not doing a traditional agenda today, because let's face it, things are moving way too fast for that. The whole illusion of the perfectly safe, guaranteed 30-year corporate gig, yeah, that's officially over.
And look, this isn't just hypothetical fear-mongering. Our sources share this incredibly stark story about an IT professional in Bangalore. 12 years at the company, glowing reviews, literally closing on a new house. Then, Monday morning rolls around and his access card is dead. His friends in HR give him the absolute only explanation they have. It's because of AI. That's it. You see, layoffs aren't just these cyclical economic blips anymore. They are profound structural shifts in how businesses actually operate.
Now, if you're sitting there thinking your specific industry is totally immune, let me hit you with this reality check. McKinsey estimates that up to 30% of work hours could be automated by 2030. That is nearly 1 in 3 tasks across all levels of seniority fundamentally shifting from humans to machines, which means we've got to make a massive conceptual shift right now.
So, Section 1, the end of safe jobs.
Moving to Section 2, the cognitive atrophy threat.
But before we can actually build up our resilience, we have to understand what the threat really looks like. The hidden danger of AI isn't just coming for our desks or our paychecks. It's coming straight for our minds. So the crucial point here is something called the AI competency paradox. This is when AI disrupts your specific skills and human competencies way before it actually disrupts the job title itself. It goes right after our structured knowledge, automating the cognitive building blocks of our expertise. And the scary part? It leaves us incredibly vulnerable before we even realize we've been replaced.
We're literally seeing this play out right now in academia and knowledge work. Studies on AI plagiarism are pointing to this massive, highly dangerous workforce problem known as sedative outsourcing. It's like we let AI write the email, then draft the report, then make the initial decision, until our actual job just becomes clicking approve on systems we barely even understand anymore. This sedative outsourcing is a huge threat because it fundamentally erodes our critical reasoning and our judgment.
Because the real danger here isn't just that AI is getting super smart. It's that we are actively outsourcing our judgment, and judgment is the one vital thing AI absolutely cannot replicate. If we just sit back and let AI do all the heavy cognitive lifting, our human agency quietly drains away, and that leaves us incredibly brittle and totally exposed when the market inevitably shifts.
Which brings us to Section 3, building your combination moats.
So how do we actually fight back? Well, we pivot to high-agency solutions. And this brilliantly illustrates the shift. Look at the outdated specialist versus the new ideal. Being deeply knowledgeable in just one single area. That used to be the absolute gold standard. But today, it makes you a sitting duck for automation. The ultimate survivor now is the generalist, plus AI. We're talking about someone with broad knowledge who uses AI fluency to bridge any gaps in their expertise. They're incredibly adaptable, and honestly, they'll beat the traditional specialists at most tasks every single time.
To truly make yourself irreplaceable, you've got to build this specific combination moat. Because AI doesn't care about your isolated skills, it cares about what's hard to replicate. You need deep domain expertise, applied AI fluency, which means actively shaping how tools like ChatGPT are used in your actual day-to-day work, strong human relationships, and unique institutional knowledge. AI absolutely cannot replicate this specific mix of human trust, emotional intelligence, and deep strategic context. No way.
All right, Section 4, designing a portfolio career.
Once your skills are locked down behind that moat, you've got to structurally design your career so your income isn't relying on a single point of failure. The old 40-year career ladder, yeah, that's fading fast. It was linear, it tied you to a single employer, and frankly, it was incredibly fragile. You slip, you fall. So we're replacing that with the career lattice. This is all about making lateral moves, running parallel projects, and creating resilient optionality. For knowledge workers today, building a lattice structure is absolutely the ultimate survival strategy.
A true portfolio career is basically built on these 5 income components. You've got your anchor income from a stable job, growth income from entrepreneurial bets, skill income from freelance consulting, passive income from investments, and learning income, which is essentially the future value of the skills you're picking up right now. Now, a quick heads up for the focused learners out there ready to implement this, please don't try to build all 5 tomorrow. Start with just 2 streams, like your anchor and maybe a skill stream, so you don't burn out while you're actively building your safety net.
Moving on to Section 5, constructing a financial fortress.
To really break out of the golden cage of lifestyle bloat, we need to talk about a strict new rule for long-term liabilities in the AI era. Now, what's really interesting about this is if you're taking on a mortgage or debt, your EMIs, your equated monthly installments, absolutely must stay under 35% of your take-home pay. And listen, that is a hard ceiling, not a target. You have to leave that remaining 65% for savings, insurance, and just general breathing room in case your whole industry gets turned upside down.
And speaking of breathing room, you know that traditional advice about keeping a 3 to 6 month emergency fund? Toss it. It's completely dead. The new standard for a liquid emergency buffer is 10 to 12 months. With recruitment cycles dragging out longer and these massive structural shifts in hiring happening all around us, you need a financial runway that lets you pivot smoothly without going into full panic mode.
So, here are the essential financial rewiring rules you need to lock in immediately. First, decouple your health insurance from your employer. If you lose your job, the last thing you want is to lose your family's health coverage too. Next, secure independent term life insurance. Third, maximize liquid, resilient investments so you're not forced into a corner to sell during a market downturn. And finally, ruthlessly cut unproductive lifestyle bloat. Making these moves ensures that a sudden layoff is just a temporary hiccup rather than a catastrophic, decade-long struggle.
Okay, let's bring this all together. Here is your concrete action plan to shift from passive anxiety to high agency action starting today. Audit your fixed costs immediately and lower your break-even point. Map out your unique combination of domain expertise and institutional knowledge. Start experimenting with AI daily to build up that vital fluency we talked about. And honestly, above all else, protect and deepen your human relationships. Because at the end of the day, human trust is the ultimate unautomatable asset.
I want to leave you with this provocative thought as we wrap up this explainer. Will you let AI silently automate your agency, your judgment, and your future? Or will you use this critical window of opportunity right now to author your own cinematic story and build an irreplaceable life? The choice is entirely yours. Start building your resilience today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.